Hey everyone, it's Dot, and welcome to this week's edition of my Keto Reset. The thing I learned this week is that I need a reset of my reset. And I'm saying that because this wasn't I left last week with you. My parting thought was it was going to be, I'm really optimistic, it's going to be a great week. And this week absolutely sucked on many, many levels. If you follow the blog, I only did one blog post. That's because my mom had a fall, and that was followed by a second fall. The first fall she ended up, we took her to the emergency room, called an ambulance. She fell backwards, so she hit her head. Luckily, nothing wrong with her head, which is good, no damage there. Her hip turned out to be fine. We did find out that she was low on blood red cells, which caused dizziness, lethargy, headaches, which she was experiencing during, the lead up to this. So, okay, we knew what the issue was. Well, the next day, she was determined to do a lot more than she was physically able to. I think maybe proving to herself that everything was great and fine and she can do this. And she had another fall. Luckily, I was right there, or at least in the next room when it happened, and she had caught herself, so her hip never touched the ground until I got in. We eased her onto the floor. And then it was a matter of trying to get her up, making sure nothing was hurt. She was okay. She had a really nasty cut on her arm, and the problem there is since she has a low blood red cell count, the bleeding isn't necessarily clotting right away as easily as you would think it would, and so that means she's losing a little bit of blood. So she already has a low blood count, and she's losing a little more blood. So, this week hasn't been great, to say the least. So while I did great at the hospital, didn't hit the vending machine, didn't, do anything silly, the last few days have just been really, really tense. And I think it's just, there was frustration, I think, more on my part than my mom's part. I think she was frustrated with me because I was being overly hawkish with her, which happens when a fall happens. But I think it was also, I didn't eat right to begin with. When that after the second fall, I just sort of lost it. And I think I just sort of went into the spiral, not necessarily a bad eating consistently. I do ketogenic eating, but I was having hot flashes and things would go off from the day before when I was eating poorly. The next day I eat fine, but it takes a little bit longer than just 24 hours to get it out of your system. And then the next day I'd screw up again and, eat something I shouldn't eat. So anyway, this week hasn't been great. However, there is a bright spot that makes me really, really happy. My oldest sister has decided to move to Virginia, and she actually is arriving on Thursday, and she's going to she also went through a hip replacement surgery earlier in the year, so she knows what my mom is going through, and she really wants to help out. And she's had experience as being a nurse's aide, and she's worked in nursing homes, so she has experience there, which is like awesome. And it's just so nice to have someone who can tag team with you. And it's not just you doing everything, She's really helping, which is great. And what she's planning on doing is moving into my mom's apartment. So my mom's going to move back in with her. So this week is going to be just busy me organizing the apartment, getting everything all set up so my sister can move in easily, and making sure it's a safe environment for my mom. So there's grab bars where there needs to be. There is, not as much clutter. So I'm going to be packing stuff up for her and putting it in storage. The nice thing about that, in a way, is I have physical activity that I'm doing. Number one, that I can do because my foot's been killing me lately. So I can be active even though I'm not necessarily using my legs as much. That's number one, so that's great. Number two, I find when I'm really, really, really busy, I don't eat. So food is the issue for me right now. And so it gets me back, hopefully, into intermittent fasting like I really love to do. And overall, it's just going to be, I'm hoping, less stress because my sister is going to be coming in. And, it's my older sister. She, knows my mom like the back of her hand. And so she knows what she's going through too. So she has a little bit more empathy than I'm going to have because, there are things my mom will do and I don't understand why she does it. Well, my sister explained, well, it's because of this. You need to understand when you have a hip replacement, it's A, B, C, D. So she has a good sort of handle on it. So I'm really happy and really thankful and grateful that she's going to be coming in. I learned something about me, which is, for whatever reason, when it's stress related to cancer, I'm fine. When it's stress related to like money issues or whatever it may be that my husband and I may be dealing with, I can deal with it. But when it comes to my mom, and her health. It's really stressful, and it's I don't handle it very well. So I think it's just the emotional component is there. It is my mom after all. So I'm hopeful, and I've decided that the keto reset isn't going to be a 30-day challenge. It's a keto reset permanently. And I have to really sort of refocus myself, rededicate myself this week, which we always should do anyway, even if I was doing everything perfectly. But nonetheless, I'm learning things about myself that I'd either forgotten about or I never really knew. So that's always a good thing. And I'm hoping that this coming week will be awesome and wonderful, and certainly the weeks going forward will be great, because like I said, there's family here. There's sort of the cavalry is arriving to help me out. So so with that, let me know how your week is going as far as your own personal reset, and I hope you enjoy the video. Hit like, subscribe, share with your friends, and until next time, I'll see ya.